It's time for a Kev Quest. So right now I'm at Legoland California, and right on this main road is where you enter to park for parking. And we're going to do a fun little history on this for Legoland, because today is the official day of Legoland turning 25, which is March 20th, 1999. So you'll see a lot of cool content like this out there for my point of view. So back then, the welcome sign used to not be like this back then. Back then, the welcome sign was backwards, which was really funny from the beginning since I was really little. So you can see now that you got the W, which they finally organized it now in order, which you have the Explorer crew here. There was another person here, but they don't know what that happened there. But pretty cool on details there. And then coming to E, which is this one up here, is you got the course jester and the knights over there, which is the letter E. And it was actually pretty funny when I did not notice way back then that Legoland welcome sign was way different back then. But here's on E. That's what E is on there. But it's actually pretty funny because when the welcome, like I mentioned before, the welcome sign was not the originally what it is today. But it's kind of funny because a couple years later, they finally fixed the welcome sign and made it like this now. And then also that, they also brought all these fun characters, which you see there. The next letter we're coming up to is L. L is the next one, which is over there, which I'll probably have to get more details from there. 22 overall, since I'm on the path of Legoland. So usually this is the driveway that you go into Legoland to get in. But you can see that they have really fun characters for each different one. For all these little fun letters they have where they spell welcome. So, bear with me on this one. But it's really funny because the welcome sign, which is spelled welcome on here, is actually the new welcome sign that is now the new entrance to Legoland. They redid the main entrance too as well, which was actually really surprised, which you'll see that in a few minutes when I'll talk to you more about that too as well. And you can see here coming up pretty soon is that you also have the firefighters and the letter L, which is around this tree here. And this one's actually really cool overall, detailed too as well, which is blue and green, which you can see right here coming up to it. And that's another one that's pretty nice overall on there, with the person climbing up the ladder, saving the rescue cat, which is pretty nice. Fun overall on there, with the firefighter with the fish too as well on there. So the next one we're coming up is C, and that one's over here. And I haven't figured out which one I like the most out of all of them, because they're all different in different ways. But like I said, these came later with the figurines. All the figurines came out later on, after several years later, from the original. And so from C, you can see it way over there, which I'll get more closer up to, is when you get more closer, you can see that the C one has pirates, which is actually pretty cool overall to it. And that one is with green and a little bit of blue, as you can tell from there, with the yo-ho pirates. Arr, me hearty. Probably you see overall on there. The next one we're coming up will be O, and O is the next one here. And this one's actually pretty fun overall too as well. So the letter O, like I said, is coming up. And so this one's actually pretty closer too as well. But I'm actually going to go on the road and do M, because M has like really fun ones, which is actually pretty cool overall on there. But this one that's coming up right now is like police and a crook on O, which is actually kind of hysterical. But it's actually really cool overall to it. And what we're going to do is actually do this guy. So, as you may know, that's O right there, which is green, half blue. Which is pretty cool on there. With the crook. And you see there. Pretty fun detail overall to it. And just what you see here is actually pretty cool and detailed all around to it all. What you see here. Oh, there's actually like people now. Trying to see if we can get more into the police guys. I think these guys are both police people. Yeah, they actually are. Yeah, they're both guys, and then you have your feet there too as well. And the next letter that's really easy is actually number M. Number M is actually right in front of me, which is a space theme, Space 1, with all the cool like astronauts with the thing. The cool one, the thing I like about this one is that they do have all the spacemen with the Lego flag on the side right here, which is actually really cool overall. And just everything that's on there, but just pretty fun details all around to it. And that one's half blue, half red. And now we're getting close to the end of the final round, which is the letter E. Coming up, which is coming up really soon. But you can see here, this is the M. Pretty fun detailed me. Just a really fun detail all around on M. So the one in front of me is actually the letter E, which is the last official letter. Which are construction crew for the letter E. And this one's actually really funny. It's just plain red, which I'm okay with. But overall detail is pretty cool to see this on here. And also with the guy in the bug. It's pretty cool detail all around to it. There you go. Kind of can tell that what the mug is, but it's actually... Oh, that's actually kind of cute, actually. Looking more details on that actually is really cool with a little some more with it. That's actually really clever overall on there, which I did not realize until you got more closer to the mug. That's actually pretty cool. And then there's your E. So that's your welcome into the park from this direction. But as you may know, they changed and made actually correct spell welcome. And W actually was like, I think where that was today or over here at one point. But yeah, welcome. The welcome sign is definitely changed now, which really spells welcome now. And I was like, back then it was actually really funny, and then years later they actually caught on to it and fixed it all. But now the cool thing is we're gonna be coming up to you right here of the original welcome sign, which is still here to this day. But the fun thing is, I actually was kind of sad to see this gone, but Legoland started doing this now. So when you get up to here now, there's no more like actual ticket booth thing anymore. But it is still like a ticket thing now. But there's no more of those big huge things booths now, which used to like pay for their tickets and everything. Which is now just a little beeper and everything, which is actually pretty different overlay on there. But pretty cool details over there. And now we're now entering to the normal welcome sign, which is actually right in front of me as we speak. And coming up to you guys right now is the welcome sign. The actual welcome sign was back then. The color scheme for this one was actually way different, all different colors. The newest color is pretty cool too as well. But this is like the old colors that Legoland used to do back then. And the funny thing is, when I was actually little, I actually did climb on this welcome sign, which you'll see in just a few minutes. And like, I was actually one of those ones that like was really funny about that, just like climbing on it. But then I realized you were not allowed supposed to climb on the welcome sign from the beginning of time. Whoopsies. So this is the actual welcome sign, which is actually pretty cool overall to it. So, like I said, this is the original welcome, which is the W, black and red, with a little bit of yellow there. The yellow welcome. See, these things are so old. It's like super old Lego stuff. You would think they have a chance to like fix it all, but no, this has been around forever. So you can see like all the torn on pieces on each one. O was half blue and white, which you can see here. M was white and black, and then the last one was E with the black and that overall to it. But just a really cool thing to see that on my respective point of view on there. But I gotta say, this was actually a really cool way to know about the welcome sign and all that as well. But now we're gonna go to the main entrance, and I'll be showing you guys the actual new one where they have in the beginning of the park. So I'll be back. So where I'm standing is actually the main entrance of Legoland, which is this whole area from here all the way down to Sea Life. And back then, here's a picture of what the entrance used to look like, and what it used to be way back then. The main entrance back then used to be so different with all these different the booths and everything, which is actually really interesting and really clever all around to it all. And from my respective point of view, that was super interesting. And just my surprise was the reaction of when they changed the coloring paddle on here, which is just normal bricks. But the brick color scheme was all the different colors and everything to it that was originally back then. And now you can see from the welcome sign, the one that I saw you guys from the welcome when you first entered the park. This is what you see from the road, but you get up to here, it's all here, which is pretty nice detailed and all around to it. And just like everything you see here from the main entrance. But pretty different overall. You got the instruments over here that's making a bunch of music, and you also got the welcome sign, and then plus the one that you see way back there, the 4-Night Llama. I did do a video of that earlier on. That's also on my YouTube channel, which there's going to be a bunch of Lego videos that I've done from the last several years. So now what we're going to do is actually wait, because unfortunately my time to go into the park is actually not until 10, because I'm actually a guest today going in to the park, and I have to wait and see on that. But just really cool stuff on there. And we're gonna start off with the one world, which is the Lego Movie World, because the very first thing that was actually gone was the waterworks. Waterworks, I'll tell you guys a little more when we actually get there in Lego Movie World. So way back in Splash. So I'm currently staying in the Lego Movie World, and the fountains you see in front of me are the actual, not the fountains you saw before, but the cool thing is that this whole area used to be, when it was back in 1999, the Lego Movie World was not like this before. It was the waterworks and Lego Duplo play area, which was actually kind of surprising to me in my opinion, because when they announced that closing, Waterworks was actually the very first attraction that actually got closed to Legoland, and that one was 1999 to 2015. So the pictures of you're seeing now is actually like the musical instruments. The musical instruments was actually pretty cool overall, because you actually got to step on them, and they make like really fun music. And as from there, it was pretty cool, but as from there, it was actually pretty cool, and just hearing all that stuff from the music instruments, which is actually really cool on there. But most of all, it's pretty fun to see that gone from 1999 to 2000 to 2015, which was the year that the waterworks left. And the funny thing is that, and the other thing is, back then, the cool thing about the whole world about this is that after Waterworks left, they turned this area into like Lego Friends, which the carousel over there used to be Mia's riding camp, which was also a big part of this land. And so after that was closed, this whole world became Lego Movie World, which was actually a really cool expansion overall to it. So overall, this is the most area that's been changed over a decade through Legoland history. So fun fact you didn't know about this land is now really fun land, and also there as well. Now, I'll leave a description down below for Lego Movie World on opening day, because I went on opening day when they had this land first opened up, and doing a video on that was actually really cool. So I'll leave a description down below on that from there. But now we're going on to the air ride that actually was the second one that actually got closed. Was none other than Sky Cruiser, which we're going to be heading in that direction right now. So I'll be back. So this is the area where Sky Cruiser used to be. Sky Cruiser was this bicycle pedal ride that you get to pedal all around the top area around Legoland. But it's really cool because I just found out this information now that I'm just gonna climb on, get on to this area really quick. See if I can actually just get on here. Oh yeah, so you can see from here that if you climb on this little area, this used to be the loading dock. And I just found that out information just now when I actually have been up here like once or twice in a very long time. But it's actually pretty cool because the track that you see in front of you now on what you're watching now, it's actually pretty cool because it used to go all the way around towards this back and then back to the loading dock. But that was actually a fun ride. Like I said, it was a pedal ride with a thing, and that was actually a pretty metal tour on there. But let me just get back down. So as you can see here, this track used to go all the way around to like back to the loading dock where I showed you before. But unfortunately they don't want you to go on here anymore. See if I can go over this way. Yeah, so they really blocked you off now, so you really cannot go up anymore up here, which is a bummer, because that was always such a cool view going on top of that. But it's actually kind of cool because this whole area made this ride go around the circle, which is actually pretty cool all around to it. And like I mentioned before, when they finally closed that ride, Sky Cruiser made its debut on 1999 to 2016. So problem issue with that with the ride is that it closed down for a reason, but I can see why it did not go. It went well. Like I loved that attraction when I was real little, and still loved it to the day before it closed. But super sad to say, but it's kind of cool and elemental to the ride because it's kind of nice. But I just found that information now, so let me just go back over here. Right now, up in this area is Duplo, which I mentioned earlier in the video, where they moved Lego Movie World, which is just down there, not that far. Duplo made his new home up here with the train, and my thought was, why not the train goes around this big, huge circle? That was my plan from a while ago when I mentioned it in my head, but Duplo is now one of the rides that's definitely been really cool and everything to it on there. But back to this area. As you can see from back here, that from you guys up here, just from the cool projected point of view on there, the track and layout is still here, which you can still see to this day in the history of Sky Cruiser, which is actually pretty cool, and everything you see here. So now we're gonna take you guys another ride, which is also another one which we're actually in Funtown as we speak, but the next one we're doing is Flight Squadron, and we're gonna head over there right now. So Flight Squadron was actually a little mini airplane ride, which is a lot like Dumbo in Disneyland, but it used to be in this location right here back in 1999, and that attraction was actually pretty nice and detailed, but it is actually pretty cool all around to it. Right now here's a final look of the picture looks like for Flight Squadron. Flight Squadron, like I said, had different colors like yellow, green, red, blue, all those colors, all the above. But it's pretty sad. It was when I heard this attraction was going away. It was actually a pretty memorable ride because it was like a nice relaxing ride for you to go up and down, like I said, like a lot like Dumbo. And it was also one of those spinning rides too as well. But it's pretty cool because by Squadron was 1999 to 2017, and it took over Rippert's Races, which is this attraction that you see right in front of you back here, which is a pretty cool detail from there. And that used to be, is now what it is, the in the water park attraction. When you race down, I've seen it a couple of times when people have been on it, but it's such a fun thing to do. I have not been in the water park in a very long time, but that's what it looks like from there, and that's what took over this whole landmark area for Funtown apparently. But that's it on there. But we got two more to do, which is Safari Track and Tale Brook, which I'll go back to Duplo area, which I was just at moments ago, talking about the Sky Cruiser. So we're gonna head back over to Safari Track and give you guys a little fun sneak peek of what's coming to that area. So we'll be back in the split. So as you may know from Safari Track, as you guys may know, I did a previous small video on there, but this is a great way to get a great view of Safari Track when it was to be. But as you can see from the dinosaur area that you see down there, the Duplo Dino, that Duplo Dino is actually kind of cool because they're turning that ride, Safari Track, into the Dino. It's small Duplo Valley. So it's a really cool small little trail with dinosaurs everywhere of Lego Duplo. But fun fact about this ride, Safari Track was actually a fun little mini attraction in that area. And Safari Track was actually a safari of different animals like elephants, zebras, lions, monkeys, which is actually pretty cool overall to it. And most of all, it's gonna be interesting to see, and it's kind of sad in my heart that this ride was actually really fun, affordable if you're definitely into jungles and stuff, and for safari and all that. But it's sad to say, but it's pretty cool. If for that point of view into it, it's just pretty cool to see how far it went from this one overall. And Safari Track actually survived. Actually, Safari Track went from, Safari Track was 1999 to 2023. And they said it was closing by September of last year, which was 2023 by September. Which was actually pretty sad to see it gone. And Safari, so here's a look at picture one more time of the entrance one more time. Just a fun look at the details of that. And certain animals, pretty much fun details overall to you see there. The Jeeps are smaller back then, and here's one of them now. The cool fun different animals that you see on there. And just two overall on there. So what you're looking at now is supposed to be the new ride, and I gotta say the Jeeps on there look much cooler in person just seeing from this far, which Dino Valley does open on March 22nd. Not that far from now, but it's pretty close to there, which will open that too as well overall on there. But pretty much, do you see there? So unfortunately you cannot see Tale Brook from this far, so what we're gonna do is go somewhere more funner near Sea Life Aquarium, the back area of Ocean January Cafe. So we're gonna do a little bit of filming over there and doing some fun details and do everything from there. But that's your trail of Safari Track coming into Duplo area, coming this March, which is the 22nd. So be back, and I'm on the Duplo Village House right now. That's what I'm standing on, as you may see on right there. Back in the very last part is Tale Brook was actually a little boat ride, and I'm gonna turn the screen now, turn around, and as you may know, this is the next area, which is you can see a lot of the dinosaurs have already pre-made. Right now I'm actually standing on is actually the back area of Ocean Journey Cafe, which is the area for outside patio, and you can see a lot for just standing right here. They got the boats ready to roll, which is pretty nice detail overall to it. And the nice thing is, Fairy Tale Brooks was actually one of the coolest, fun, like relaxing boat ride out there. So this is what there was back then, and the pictures was, and you can kind of see from back here, if I zoom in a little bit, if I can pinpoint it, some of the tree stubs is you can kind of see from in there, kind of, but not really, but it's like hidden anywhere. But right now where you're looking at is actually where it takes place. This actually took a long time ago, but the whole ride was really cute and unique when Fairy Tale Brooks first opened up, and in 1999. And Fairy Tale Brooks was, like I said, was like a relaxing boat ride with all the different fairy tales and everything to it. And it was such a fun, cool experience to it, and just everything onto this ride. And so what you're staring at is actually used to be a castle, and they used this place more than once, twice actually, when it was picture of Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella. Here are those pictures now, and looking at both of them now, they're actually pretty cool overall to it. And seeing all the cool stuff like the Hansel and Gretel, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and where I actually am standing is where all the boats, where the boats are for the vehicles. It's actually pretty cool because from there, that used to be Hansel and Gretel back then, and then later took over Snow White, which was actually pretty cool overall on there. And from the thing that I definitely will miss is the Prince on the Phone. If I knew where that is in Legoland, please, I would love to find out where that went, because that was such a cool, fun experience for that overall to it on there. And the other thing is, after you pass Snow White and formerly of thing called was fairy shit, what's this thing called again? Hansel and Gretel. And after you pass all that, there's Jack and the Beanstalk, which was actually a pretty fun one, like Jack climbing up the beanstalk. And then my line is, every time I love the part about this ride, 3, 5, 4, stop, I speak Englishman, be hot or be he dead. I brought this brown to make my bread. As much as I say, it was a fun line every time. I repeat it every time on the ride. Miss it to heart, Dean. Every time hearing it, I do miss it every time I'm not hearing it anymore. But friend on here, that's what my favorite thing about that ride. And then after that was Aladdin. And then after that was the end of, close to the end, well, you also got Red Riding Hood. That was, according to the end there, was actually pretty cool overall. You can see, you can hear constructions are still going on to this day. You can see there. And they did have Brother Grove Road, but Brother Grove Road was actually towards like there where the green dinosaur is, as you can see from there. And they actually had a moving bridge back then, which was really, really interesting. Like the troll was doing that, which I thought was really cool overall to it. But all the experience of this ride was actually really cool. And unsadly, Fairy Tale Brooks came to an end from 1999. I did mention it earlier in the other video, which was Safari Track and Fairy Tale Brooks, which Fairy Tale Brooks was 1999 to 2023, and they said by the end of October 2023 was your last time to ride it. And apparently it was that time to say goodbye to Fairy Tale Brooks. And apparently, so right now you're looking at is the whole, actually you could kind of see now of what, oh wow, from back here too as well, this is the whole area that you see right here is Dino Valley, which is all the cool stuff you can see. Even though you can see where I was in the park earlier, that tower thing, that's where I did all the filming, but you can see more of that ride there. And the ride that actually is currently here, that's taking over Fairy Tale Brooks, is actually going to be called is Rivers Explorer Quest, which is the newest area in the park, which will open up on March 29th, which is a pretty cool, fun detail overall to it on there. So now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back to the park with the final thing about the park and everything, and stay tuned in the last part of the video. Back in the park I go. So I'm back at the park once again, and just like the beginning and portrait of it. So you do get the cool, wonderful birthday cake that's in the beginning of the park, which actually is celebrating 25 years of Legoland, and with the cool detail, all the employees on the happy birthday sign, and with all the great details on here, like the shows that have been this show from the 4D Theater. The nice part in addition is that on the cake, on this side here, you got the Castle Hotel and also the Legoland Hotel when you first walk in, which is a really nice tribute to that. And then you also got over here is the Disco Unikitty Disco, the drop ride. It's pretty cool over there on there. On the back end, you also have all the different holidays from between the pumpkin, the Christmas tree, and 4th of July, which is pretty fun on there. The big shop, and then the huge ever, now that's going to be coming soon, the whole entire Dino Valley, which is actually really cool, which I did mention a lot on this video, which those will be future videos to do on the channel, which would be really cool overall. And then on this floor, and then you got Miniland there, which is pretty fun overall. And then you got your Funtown there with everything you see there. And then above that is Sea Life with Ninjago there. And then you also got the water park back here, which is really fun, detailed all the way onto it as well from right there with the water park. The submarine ride. The skipper school, which is the boat ride. The carnival games. The ride that goes back and forth, the pirate ride, which is called Craiggie's Challenge. Thank you very much. I remember that right now. The Kid Power the Power Tower, which is just right there as you speak from there to there. And like I said, Ninjago on the other side there. But back on the front portion of the ride, it's gonna go back this way around Castle. Fortunately, they are doing a lot of picture taking right now as we speak to it. Oh, that's cool. So you kind of see from right there is Royal Joust. And then you also got the Dragon Ride. This is the third layer of the cake. The very top one. You also got Granny's Apple Fries, which actually looks really good and detailed. I actually gotta say that's actually really cool overall to it. The Egypt area in the park, which is up there. And then you got the plane ride up there too as well. And then next to that is Project X, the roller coaster ride, which is that one on top of there. See there, and then more Project X. And I do love that up there is the also miniature booth, the Sleeping Guy, which is actually pretty cool overall to it. On that one along with Project X. And then back over to Royal Joust, which is actually pretty cool. From this side, I got it from the back angle, but then this is more better to see from here. And then on the tippy top is the 25 brick with all the different small bricks on below. Just very cool, fun details overall to it, and just everything to know about this fun adventure on the cake. So, and then there's your 25 down below with all the cool, fun Lego stuff you see down there. So, hope you guys enjoyed this fun, special tribute to Legoland California Resort for their 25th birthday, which is actually on the 20th, technically, and everything is on there. But and once again, celebrating 25 years of Legoland, pretty fun overall to it, and everything here. So, hope you guys loved all the different feedbacks of what I did to this fun adventure and everything you see to this video. Hope you guys like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a notification on if I'm posting any videos. Leave the comments down below, and I'll leave the description down below of the other two videos that I mentioned before, which is Tale Brook and Safari Truck, because I did them earlier on as my tribute video to them. But I'll leave that in the description down below, and the opening world of Lego Movie World, which I went on opening day, which was a really fun experience, in my opinion, overall, on there. So, leave the comments down below, and see you guys next time, only on CavQuest.